It is not something that can be learned, he carries on in that horrible drawl, nor is it a toy to be played with by filthy muggles. It is a privilege, one that should only be practiced by those deemed worthy by their blood. Don't listen, it's twisted pure-blood logic. That's all it is. I feel his hand trail down my cheek again. My breath catches in my throat. You still don't believe me, do you? He asks quietly. I know that you're telling yourself that it's all lies, and that it's just ridiculous prejudice talking. He breathes a small chuckle and rests his smooth... That's inappropriate. Sorry. He breathes a small chuckle as he rests his smooth wood of the wand on my cheek. Believe me, you haven't the faintest idea of what is true and what is false in this world. The only lies that you have been fed to you are by those who told you that you were ever worthy to practice magic. You are a muggle lover's experiment, an unfortunate victim of so-called equal opportunity. Nothing more. His hand comes away from my cheek and I feel him stand up next to me. I'm going to prove to you just how unworthy to practice magic you actually are. I feel a huge shiver run through me, and my muscles all relax. Get up! I pull myself up into a sitting position, and then the ache of my muscles ease into action. I meant for you to stand up, Monbrat, he says with the tiny hint of a chuckle, amusing as it is to see you squirm by my feet. Shut up. I stand up quickly, looking out into the darkness with as much pride as I can muster. It's no easy task when I can't even see who I'm trying to look at. Do you believe you are worthy to practice magic? He asks. Yes. All of my anger and rage built up when I was lying on the floor comes out of my mouth in defiant words. I glare right in front of him, hoping that he's in my eyeline. I'm just as worthy to practice magic as you are. I'm sorry if your belief that Muggle-borns are lower than you has given you some false sense of purpose, but there's no way of getting around it, I'm afraid. That doesn't sound... I like how I read that, like, it's not even... I got her fucked up. Okay. Magic is not always hereditary, and I have as much right to do it as you do. There's a long, drawn-out pause. I breathe deeply, trying to push down the fear and the panic that squeezes my heart. Breathe in, breathe out. I wish I could see his face. Would you prefer it if there was some light in here? His voice looms out of the darkness. Does he have to ask that? Yes, please. Perhaps if I ask politely, he might take this horrible darkness away. Oh no, you misunderstand me. I was asking you if you would like me to provide you with some light. No, I am sure that a witch of your intelligence should be able to cast a simple lumos spell. But are you... I swallow sharply, my throat very dry. Are you gonna give me a wand? He chuckles. No, I don't think so. I can almost hear the sneer in his voice. You insult my intelligence by even suggesting such a thing. But how do you expect me to cast a spell if I don't have a wand? Observe, my blood. There's a long, huge, spiraling silence. I would think that he's gone, but I can hear his light breathing through the dark. And then there's light. Only a small ball of light, but light nonetheless, resting in a glowing orb in his free hand. And for a moment I can see his face, smirking in triumph as he watches over me over the top of it. He closes his hand around the orb, which disappears instantly, plunging from the room into darkness once again. Oh, alright, well bloody done. If you think that you're gonna make me feel inferior to you, then you're sorely mistaken. I was able to do that because I'm a wizard. His voice is slow, so cold. A pure-blood wizard, one whose power comes from his bloodline. Because of its source, my natural magical talent is powerful enough to allow me to create wondrous magic. Now I want you to try to do the same. But what? You can do this. It's just like casting a silent spell. But this is different. I couldn't even do wandless magic as a child when it's so common, apparently. But how am I meant to do it now? And here, in front of him? He sighs mockingly. I have all the time in the world, my blood. I know that this is probably the most difficult thing you've ever had to do. This is, after all, a matter of being, not something you can just memorize from a book. You just take your time. Bastard. I take a deep breath and close my eyes. Think hard. Light, sunshine, electricity, moonlight. How does wandless magic feel, anyways? Come on, concentrate. Lumos. I look, but there's nothing. Never mind, try again. I concentrate on light penetrating the darkness. This horrible, endless darkness. Think! Lumos. No, nothing. Try again. Come on. Feel the power inside you. You're magical. You know you are. Lumos. Lumos. I whisper the word. I open my eyes and pure, unbroken darkness. He chuckles. Oh dear. He drawls. You can't do it, can you? You just don't have the ability. God, this is humiliating. But why? It's not my fault. That doesn't mean I'm not a witch, I say indignantly. Not everyone's the same. Plenty of people never do any kind of magic until they're trained to do it. That is only the case for my bloods. And squeebs. I just can't imagine Lucius saying squeebs. Or whatever. It just seems kind of far-fetched. His voice cuts across. Hold on. I'm doing something. Okay. His voice cuts across me, slicing through the darkness. You cannot do wandless magic because you have no real magical power in you. You have to do magic with a wand, yes, but not without. And that is a crucial difference. A wand is a magical device. Real magical ability comes from within the wizard or wizard. Witch or wizard? That's not true, I say. Loads of pure-blood children can't do magic without a wand. And even if they can, they only do it when they're pushed into it. I stop myself, clamping my lips shut. But it's too late. My words cartwheel into the darkness. There's a long silence and all I can hear is my heartbeat. Thump, thump, thump. Is he still here? Of course he's still here. The red light shoots out of nowhere and fills the lantern on the ceiling. Dark red light fills the room, and I can see him now, standing on the other side of the room, a small smirk on his face. He points his wand at that horrible, shriveling hand of glory, and the candle it holds goes out before the whole thing shrieks into the size of a pebble, before he drops it into the pocket of his robes. And then he looks up at me. Pushed into it, you say? He walks over to me slowly. All right, my blood. I'll make a deal with you. He reaches me and raises his hand to my cheek, brushing my hair away from my face. Stop it! I'm going to try and push you into doing some wandless magic, he says quietly. If a magical reaction is provoked in you, then I shall probably end up getting hurt in some way. But I will give you my full permission to do that. Do you understand me, Muggle? I am so certain that you will be unable to perform any wandless magic that I am giving you permission to hurt me. He drops his hand from my hair and runs his wand down my cheek. Are you ready, Mudblood? Oh, sod this. I'm not going to beg him not to. I refuse. More than you can ever believe. I say it quite calmly. He smirks, and then he raises his wand. I'm lifted up into the air, and I slam back into a wall. Pain, 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 shooting through me, all over. All my bones are broken. Surely to God, I cry out, as I crumble down to the floor. He turns and walks to the other side of the room, spinning on his heel, and points his wand at me. Crucio. No, no, please stop. I can't bear it. Everything hurts. Feeling, living, breathing. Knives and nails and saws being drilled into my nerves. Please stop. Please, please, please make it stop. I collapse on the floor as the curse leaves me, and he's standing over me. I can see his black polished boots. He grabs me by the hair, and all I can see is his smirking face. Nothing. Nothing at all. Come on, Hermione, think. Think with all your might. Think with all your might. Expelliarmus! I whisper, forcing his wand to leaving out his wand, leaving his hand. What? That doesn't make any sense. He just laughs and pulls. He laughs at me and pulls my face closer to his. No luck, Mudblood. You just don't have the magic within you. You can't do anything if it's not taught to you in a book, can you? He throws me to the ground. Perhaps if you hadn't been pushed hard enough, he says coldly. Oh no, why did I suggest it to him? Why? A jet of black light flies out of his wand, shooting towards my neck. I can't breathe. I'm choking, gasping. There's something strangling me, and I can't breathe at all. My legs kick out, scratching at my own throat with my hands, but nothing can take it away. Nothing. Oh, God. Why don't you try and stop me? His voice comes from far away. Any real witch would be able to stop me. Why can't you? Think. I can't think. Just as tiny black spots start to appear in my eyes, the gag leaves me, and I'm gasping, choking on air, and he's laughing at me. Do you perhaps begin to understand that you don't have any real trace of magic in you? Paces around me, watching me get my breath back. Any real witch would feel the magic within her, reacting instinctively to such treatment. He reaches down and rushes my hand up by my hair to face him. So tell me, why can't you feel any kind of magic running through you right now? Can you feel it pounding through your veins? I focus so hard, trying with all of my might to force it. Every nerve in my body burns with the effort. But if I were able to do it, I'd have done it. And when he first started to torture me. Surely? I never thought about the possibility of wandless magic. Well, you know it's a possibility now. Think, Hermione. Think about all the pain you'd like to cause him. About everything he's done to you. He smiles. But of course, you just can't feel it, can you? You do know why that is. I know what he wants me to say. But he can go to hell if he thinks I'm going to give in to him again. It means that I just don't happen to be able to do wandless magic. I say as calmly as I can. It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that I'm a Muggle born. I was the best in my year at Hogwarts. That has to say something about my magical ability. I am a witch. There is nothing